Kevin, is it fair to say there's increasing support for the president from both sides of the aisle? Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer offering support just the other day.
It's interesting because Republicans and Democrats like the idea of responding to China on the issue of intellectual property. What they don't like is all the other items that the president is targeting, including the agricultural sector, as well as commodities, steel and aluminum. And they don't like the response, rather, that the Chinese have given back in the agricultural sector. Now, look, the first round of tariffs, $34 billion worth, set to go into effect against the Chinese later at midnight tonight, tomorrow. And then the next round, the $16 billion expected later this summer. China has already said, Bonnie, that they are vowing to respond tit for tat as soon as the U.S. goes into effect with their round of tariffs. The president facing pushback from Republicans up on Capitol Hill on the issue that they don't like how this could negatively impact supply chains around the country.
Right. How are politicians, congressmen and women dealing with this in their home districts, Kevin? We know that President Trump seems to be acting like it's working for him, even in those states that China is likely to target.
Well, two things. First and foremost, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce out with an ad buy saying that they are going to specifically be targeting against the president's trade proposal, saying that it will hurt and have a negative impact on U.S. businesses. The second point that I would make is we've seen one iconic brand in particular go after the president on his trade policies, Harley-Davidson, and the president pushing back against that, using his own Twitter account, Bonnie, to suggest that he's having conversations with other businesses as a result of the Harley-Davidson rhetoric that has come out from their company pushing back against the president's trade policies. So, look, this all comes at a time in which the president is facing pushback, not just here domestically and from the Chinese, but from the European Union. There was a widespread consensus amongst the administration's thinking that the EU would respond through the World Trade Organization and that the administration would then press the WTO to have significant reforms. We didn't see that. We saw the EU take action immediately in response outside of the WTO. Some sources that I talk with, Bonnie, say that has caught the administration off guard, quite frankly, Mark. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens in the next 24 hours.